Welcome back to our channel, Truth Seekers. We got a good one for you today. Today's title is Why We Choose Raw Vegan Over Vegan. My name's Shaun. I've been tattooing for 18 years. I'm a juice fast coach, a raw food nutrition coach, and an expert in tattoo health and longevity. How many of you guys have friends, family members that may be vegan but still suffer from health problems? We see a lot of people because we tattoo a lot, and a lot of our clients, the vegan ones even, are becoming really sick. So we're going to break this into 4 main points. The first one is vegan used to be healthier. So yeah, back in the day, guys, I believe vegetarianism and veganism was a lot healthier. I think we incorporated more whole plant-based foods and that type of diet back in the day. Now that we're more in like the modern times, like we are imitating the animal products so closely, trying to get the taste and textures down to like what we missed before, right, when we weren't vegan. And a lot of these processed artificial foods are getting really bad for the human body because, like we talk about, like the raw vegan lifestyle really gives us everything we need, like the polyphenols, the phytonutrients. And when you're processing or cooking the food, that's when a lot of this is depleted. So we see the processing and artificialism of the vegan diet now becoming so strong and heavy that a lot of vegans are still suffering with poor health. Because speaking for ourselves, like Kat was vegan a lot longer than me, and this wasn't really helping her health problems. She had to go raw vegan, and this is when the health problems really started going away. And I attribute that to like how we ate before. We used to eat processed vegan, so we would rarely get any fresh fruits and veggies. It was a lot of like processed, like Impossible burgers, chicken nuggets, you know what I mean? Like even Marie Calendar pies. Because when you're just eating vegan, you can still eat a lot of bad food. You know what I mean? Like sugar's vegan, nicotine's vegan, caffeine's vegan. This is all the stuff like we were indulging in, and it was still, you know, vegan. But I think they throw that stamp on things a lot nowadays, and people will run and gravitate towards it because, you know, you hear plant-based, you hear vegan, you're like, okay, well, that's healthier, right? That's what I used to think. But no, guys, like the health is in nature. We have to really come back to nature, get connected with nature. That's where the healing is. That's why all the other animals aren't suffering with our problems, because they aren't eating the artificial processed foods, and even the vegan ones are getting bad nowadays. Point 2 is that vegan is cooked and not raw. So that's the reason why a lot of the nutrients are depleted, like I said. So after about 110 degrees Fahrenheit, 115, depending on the structure of the food you're heating, you start to degrade and deplete vital nutrients. These are things like the enzymes, phytonutrients, polyphenols, antioxidants, certain minerals. These things get depleted and destroyed. And these are the things that we need to thrive. So that's why you look around and so many people are suffering and sick, because a lot of people aren't ingesting enough phytonutrients, polyphenols, the things that raw plant foods offer. We're just stuck on, you know, the animal products, the processed artificial foods, the quick fixes, the easy, convenient foods, and none of these have nature in them. We like to call these foods denatured. So when we eat raw vegan, raw plant-based, we're eating undenatured food. Nature is left intact, and this is where you get the healing. This is where you literally can regenerate your body. All plant-based foods are most bioavailable to the human body, so we get the most from them. That's why we eat our food raw. You keep nature intact. When you cook it, can it, process it, you're just destroying all these vital nutrients, guys, and that's what we need to thrive. If you like what you're seeing so far, make sure you click like and subscribe so you can see more videos like this, and follow us on our other social medias, TikTok and Instagram, at The Longevity of the Tattoo. So point 3, raw vegan gives us the real benefits. So kind of like I was talking about before, the polyphenols, the phytonutrients, the phytochemicals, the enzymes, all these things that come intact with raw plant foods. It's literally everything we need and nothing we don't. When we're eating the processed, cooked food, animal products, it has a lot of stuff that we don't need. And that's part of why when you eat raw plant-based, raw vegan, you can age so gracefully. You actually age better, you look better for your age. And this is because when you keep these nutrients intact in the raw foods, like the structured water, it's super hydrating. That's one of the biggest things, guys. When you eat raw, you're keeping the water in the food. We are made of water, so we need water to thrive and survive. When you cook your food, heat your food, process it, the water is literally sucked out of it. It's dehydrated. Now, when you put that food in your body, it's going to use a lot. It's going to tax your body a lot more. It's going to use your body's reserves of water, enzymes, energy, and this is going to make you feel fatigued, tired, get you old and wrinkly quicker, because this literally like takes our energy from us. Our life force energy is sucked out to try to digest these foods that are literally foreign to our digestion because we're not meant to eat them. They're not our human species specific food. I always like to say, if you study human biology and nutrition a little bit, we are meant to eat frugivore. We're meant to eat plant-based. Like, this shows like in our teeth, the way we chew, the length of our intestines, the pH level of our stomach. All these signs say we're meant to eat more plant-based. But what are we doing as a human species? We're eating so far from nature, guys. We're eating the processed artificial foods, and this is making us really, really sick. Yeah, raw plant-based gives us the real benefits. These are the things that are going to keep you out of the hospital, out of the medical system. You can take a lot of your health issues on yourself if you address the nutrition, because like we always say, we're getting down to the root cause of the problem here, guys. And the root cause of a lot of people's problems is nutrition. It's the one thing we're not addressing. We love to hold on to the foods we're addicted to. We love to hear the doctor say we can keep eating our steak if we take this medication. So we're going to usually opt out for the quick fix, which is that medication, which only treats the symptom, guys. We need to quit trying to mask our symptoms and expect a problem to change. You can't solve a problem that way. You got to get down to the root cause of the problem. And in this case, with nutrition and poor health, a lot of it is just the gut health, guys. We always talk about this, but the gut health connects everything else inside of us. So the gut-brain connection is real. So how you feel in your head is affected by your gut. So really your whole reality can be altered by changing your gut health. And so many of us are a little bit out of alignment. We have like realities that we don't feel like we deserve to be in. And a lot of it is just attributed to our thoughts, which is connected to our gut health, which creates our reality at the end of the day. So that's how crucial it is. That's how important it is. That's why you get the real benefits when you eat raw, because you're getting that literal life force energy. You don't get it anywhere else. You don't get it in the standard American diet. You don't get it when you cook your food. You don't get it when you process your food or when you're eating animal products. So another thing is natural law. I feel like we eat raw vegan because of natural laws. Like, if you're interested, you can look up a lecture on YouTube by Mark Passio. This has nothing to do with diet. It's literally just going into the natural laws of the universe and how the world works. And this really imparted upon me like why we're doing what we're doing and why we eat raw plant-based, because I truly believe this is the human species specific diet. We've gotten a lot of healing, a lot of health changes. We feel like new people since doing this. We're almost 3 years in now. And yeah, we highly suggest it to anyone watching or that resonates with this message, because this could change the whole trajectory of your life. If you're on the edge, say you're like vegan, vegetarian, that's super cool, because like I said, Kat was vegan for 7 years before she went down this road. So if you're just on the edge, maybe this video can inspire you to make the change to do raw vegan. I feel like it's just the step above vegan, because like I said, you're getting all those enzymes and phytonutrients, the things that are usually cooked out of our food, or when we're eating cooked vegan, we're eating the processed food and we're not really getting that life force energy. So I highly recommend it. And the last point is how to change. So how are you going to make these changes? And this goes into like what I was mentioning before. Like, I highly suggest joining a community. We have one called Tattooers Health Mastery. These communities help because like 97% of the world doesn't operate this way. We live in a world full of opposing forces. So friends, family members, they'll try to pull us off track, not on purpose. It's just like crabs in a barrel, they try to pull you down to a comfortable level. And so many of us just want to be comfortable on this earth. And that's why a lot of us are struggling and a lot of us are sick. So you got to do the hard thing. You got to take action. And it helps to join a community because you got the like-minded people that resonate with your end goal. It helps you stay accountable on your journey and can help you reach your end goal faster. So click the link under this video, join our group. It's 75% off for $88 a year. You can't beat the professional support, accountability you're going to need. And most of all, this is my favorite part, the 40-day juice fast protocol. So going into the raw vegan lifestyle, from vegetarian, vegan, standard American, even like I did, I highly suggest doing a 40-day juice fast. Like, this is the cheat code to going raw. This is what we did. This kept us staying raw and it made it very easy and fun. So what the 40-day juice fast is going to do is really just address all the old waste that we have built up inside of us. A lot of us have up to 15 pounds of old waste. This is because, like I said, we're eating the dehydrated foods. We're eating processed food, artificial foods, foods that we're not meant to eat. So it takes a while for our bodies to digest it. So long that it slows down our digestion. We're all constipated. You're supposed to be going 2 to 3 times a day. And I used to go once a day thinking it was normal. So our digestion is really backed up as a human species, and a juice fast is going to address that. And I call it the cheat code to going raw because the gut microbiome, like I mentioned earlier, is responsible for our cravings. So the bacteria in our gut, if we're eating Doritos, pizza, beer, burgers, it's going to be made up of the things we're eating. So it's going to crave more of these foods. That's why it's the cheat code to going raw, because you flush out the microbiome with the juice fast. You rebuild, refeed the gut bacteria with a healthier version, a higher vibrational, raw plant-based diet. And then you start to crave those raw plant-based foods. And then it's an upward spiral because so many people fall off their diets because they get cravings, and that's because of the gut bacteria. You flush that gut bacteria out with the juice fast, refeed, rebuild, like our protocol shows you how to do. You can stay raw vegan, and it's so easy, guys. So if you want this exact protocol I'm talking about, join the group. Click that link under there because it's included in the group. You'll get it in the welcome email. So it's super important when you do join, click the link to the welcome email, get in Tattooers Health Mastery. That's a private Facebook group. That's where you have access to your coaches, myself and Kat. We're in there all the time. We do a weekly live stream. We have hundreds of recipes to support you, and of course the juice fast protocol. So check that out. And yeah, one final note on the raw vegan lifestyle and how we truly believe it's better than just vegan is because it literally raises your vibration. It raises your frequency, and that is going to really attract a better life for you. We've seen it happen for us. It's enhanced our life in all areas beyond just physical health. I mean, it helps the mental health. It helps your finances even. It helps how you interact with people in the world. It literally helped every avenue of our life. Like it's insane, guys. So I attribute that to the life force energy, the high frequency of the food. I mean, we're electric beings, and there's electricity in the raw plant-based foods. So it's really miraculous. I think it's been life-changing for us. So if you resonate with this message, guys, definitely join our group. We'd love to see you in there. It's the biggest group for tattoo artists and creatives in the world. We're trying to flip the script. I know we have the connotation of being unhealthy, staying up late, doing drugs, drinking alcohol, trust me, that used to be me, but we're turning over a new leaf here. We're trying to create a culture of tattoo artists and creatives that can be looked at as shamans, you know what I mean? Healers, light workers. So if you want that, join us, and we'll see you in the group, and we'll catch you in the next YouTube. Peace.